CVR English. You're watching Big Story. I'm Idris, and today our topic is about Election Commission of India, and we have named it as Out of Step. My dear friends, we are talking about the government taking new steps to, in fact, in the recent monsoon session, the central government presented a bill in Rajya Sabha recommending a new formula to select the election, in fact the Chief Election Commission of India and election commissioners. The government has proposed that CEC and ECs be selected by a panel comprising the Prime Minister, the Leader of the Opposition and a Union Cabinet Minister. The proposal to replace the Chief Justice of India by a Cabinet Minister recommended by the Prime Minister in the three-member selection panel has provoked the anger of opposition parties and experts, as it gives the government a decisive say in the appointment of election commissions, thus compromising the independence of election commission.
What if there is a verification system
which provides proof that I have voted for the candidate
and the party of my choice?
The voter verifiable paper audit trail of VVPAT is one answer to all my question. This is one independent system attached to the electronic voting machines that allows the electors to verify that their votes are cast as intended. Press the blue button on the ballot unit against the name or symbol of the candidate of your choice. Look for the transparent window of the VVPAT. Look for the printed paper slip showing the serial number, the name and the symbol of the candidate of your choice. The slip remains exposed for 7 seconds, then it gets cut and falls in the drop box of the VVPAT. VVPAT, the revolution in the electoral world.
This is a good thing.
I've been a voter for the last 10 years,
and I've always thought, what if there is a verification system
which provides proof that I have voted for the candidate
and the party of my choice?
The voter verifiable paper audit trail of VVPAT is one answer to all my question. This is one independent system attached to the electronic voting machines that allows the electors to verify that their votes are cast as intended. Press the blue button on the ballot unit against the name or symbol of the candidate of your choice. Look for the transparent window of the VVPAT. Look for the printed paper slip showing the serial number, the name and the symbol of the candidate of your choice. The slip remains exposed for 7 seconds, then it gets cut and falls in the drop box of the VVPAT. VVPAT, the revolution in the electoral world.
This is a good thing.
I've been a voter for the last 10 years.
In fact, in this March, a 5-judge constitution bench headed by Justice K.M. Joseph unanimously ruled the appointment of top election officers would be done by the President on the recommendation of a committee comprising the Prime Minister, the Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha and the Chief Justice. The bench also pronounced that its direction would hold good until Parliament made a law. This ruling emerged from a 2015 public interest litigation and a group of related pleas challenging the appointment process.
Machine, the EVM, which the Election Commission uses for conduct of elections to the state assemblies and the parliament in the country. EVM basically consists of two parts. This is the control unit, the CU, and this is the ballot unit, this is the BU. Now, what happens is the ballot unit is kept in the voting compartment. This is the voting compartment so that we have secrecy of vote here in the country. So along with this, along with the EVM, now we have the VVPAT. That is the voter verifiable paper audit trail, which is a new entrant on the election framework. Now, basically the ballot unit contains the ballot paper which has the serial number, the name and the symbol of the candidate. Now, in this case, it's a dummy ballot paper which is used only for training and awareness purposes. As you can see, AAA, BBC and also the dummy symbols are there. Next to the ballot, the candidate's name is a button. Now, the easiest part of the EVM is that the voter has to just press the blue button in front of the candidate.
Jaya hai
मैं ताकत आऊं, ताकत है मुझ में, मैं भारत आऊं, भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत आऊं, ताकत है मुझ में। हम भारत के नतमस्तक हैं, हम योद्धा के दो हस्तक हैं, हम भारत भाग्य विधाता हैं, हम भारत के मतदाता हैं। मतदान मतदान देला जापो हमन, भारत बन, भारत बन।
भाग्य उरी जामा लगे है भारत, लोकतंत्र ले सजे है भारत।
सबले बड़े ये तिहार हमारे है, यही कर्तव्य अधिकार हमारे है।
The proposed bill seeks to drop the Chief Justice from the selection process and override the Constitution Bench judgment. Experts feel the tripartite panel, as recommended by the Supreme Court bench, looked objective and had a scope for impartiality, but the PM and the cabinet ministers on the panel, as the bill recommends the leader of opposition would always be a minority in the selection process. The Constitution does not lay down a specific legislative process for the appointment of the CEC and ECs. There are just 5 articles 324, 329 dedicated in part 15th elections. For reference, Article 324 of the Constitution vests the superintendent's direction and control of the elections in an election commission consisting of the CEC and other ECs as determined by the President from time to time. Before the March Supreme Court's order, the President made the appointment of a CEC and ECs on the advice of the Union Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister.
भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में, मैं भारत हूँ, भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में। हम भारत को नतमस्तक है, हम योद्धा के दो हस्तक है, हम भारत भाग्य विधाता है, हम भारत के मतदाता है। मतदान मतदान देने जाएंगे भारत के लिए, भारत के लिए।
भारतवर्ष भारत आमाते, आमी शक्ति धरी शक्ति आमाते। भारत आहे, भारत माझ्यात आहे, मी ताकत आहे, ताकत माझ्यात आहे। मतदान मतदान करण्या जाऊ चला, भारतासाठी, भारतासाठी। सत्यं भारत, शिवं भारत,
भक्ति भारत, शक्ति भारत, रौनक बहारा गुलिस्तान भारत, हर जन का कल्याण भारत।
मतदान मतदान देने जाएंगे भारत के लिए, भारत के लिए।
भारत छू भारत जे मुझमा, हूँ ताकत छू ताकत जे मुझमा। நான் பாரதம் பாரதம் என்னுள்ளே நான் சக்தியே சக்தி என்னுள்ளே
నేను భారతుడు దేశం ఉంది నాలో నేను బలవంతుణ్ణి బలముంది నాలో
నా భారత నన్నಲ್ಲಿದೆ భారత ನಾನು ಶಕ್ತಿ.
The bill recommends a search committee that will prepare a panel of 5 persons for the position of CEC and ECs. The Cabinet Secretary will head the search committee, which will also include 2 members not below the rank of Secretary with knowledge and experience in matters related to elections. The proposed bill, once a law, shall rescind the Election Commission condition of service of election commissioners and Transaction of Business Act 1991. The bill also downgrades the status and standing of the CEC and 2 ECs from that equivalent to a Supreme Court judge to that of Cabinet Secretary.
भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में, मैं भारत हूँ, भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में।
हम भारत को नतमस्तक है, हम योद्धा के 2 हस्तक है, हम भारत भाग्य विधाता है, हम भारत के मतदाता है। मतदान मतदान देने जाएंगे भारत के लिए, भारत के लिए। मैं भारत हूँ, भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में, मैं भारत हूँ, भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में।
So the ECs or the CEC don't get power from their mode of selection. They draw their power from the Constitution and election laws, and election is one of the few exercises of the government or constitutional or statutory bodies that is undertaken as per the rule book with every aspect, big or small, provided in the election code. As administrators, we had the least discretion in decision making in elections. The ECI is an independent constitutional body mandated to conduct elections with all necessary powers. Whether the person occupying the chair uses those powers or cedes his autonomy in decision making depends on his choice, says Rajiv Sinha, IAS retired, West Bengal cadre. Well, the election laws were there before TN session also, but it was he who discharged his duties independently without any fear of favor. His tenure was a game changer and his actions led to further codification of norms. Every CEC and the ECs follow these detailed rules, but if the person concerned chooses to look the other way, it's not an issue as to who has or which committee has appointed him or what rank he enjoys in the order or precedence. Mr. Sinha explains the institution of the Election Commission has to be impartial, independent and shielded from any influence, be it real or perceived, from the executive. In the present form, the balance is titled towards the government with the opposition a token presence in the selection process.
నేను భారతుడు దేశం ఉంది నాలో నేను బలవంతుణ్ణి బలముంది నాలో
నా ಭಾರತ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಭಾರತ ನಾನು ಶಕ್ತಿ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಡಗಿದೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ
ഞാൻ ഭാരതം ഭാരതമെന്നുള്ളിൽ ഞാൻ ശക്തിയാണ് ശക്തിയുണ്ടെന്നുള്ളിൽ
মই ভাৰত ভাৰত আছে মোৰ মাজত মই শক্তি শক্তি আছে মোৰ প্ৰাণত
মো ভারত মো ভিতরে ভারত মো শক্তি মো ভিতরে শক্তি আমি ভোট দেবাকু যিবা মো ভারত পাই ভারত পাই भारत छुस भारत चुंदर मन ताकत छुस ताकत पियावन
इंजगे भारत इंज भितरे रे भारत में ना इंजगे दाड़ हर इंज भितरे रे दाड़ में नहा
मैं भारत हूँ भारत है मुझमें मैं ताकत हूँ ताकत है मुझमें मैं भारत हूँ भारत है मुझमें मैं ताकत हूँ ताकत है मुझमें मैं भारत हूँ भारत है मुझमें मैं ताकत हूँ ताकत है मुझमें मैं भारत हूँ भारत है मुझमें मैं ताकत हूँ ताकत है मुझमें मतदान मतदान देने जाएंगे भारत के लिए भारत के लिए
Another perspective is to view is as the judiciary trying to interfere with the powers of executive, but the Supreme Court judgment lays down the selection panel as one of that will function till Parliament enacts a law specifying the composition of the panel. Selection of experts feel the Election Commission should focus on ensuring its job of conducting elections in a fair and impartial manner, and the brouhaha about the proposed selection panel can be ignored. Despite all the fuss about this selection panel, the ground reality is that even today poll related violence takes place in some states. The focus should be more on how the elections are conducted at the grassroots level, working together with the state machinery.
January 2023 is the 13th Nations Voter Day. I am immensely delighted to greet every citizen of India on the occasion of the 13th Nations Voter Day. The Election Commission of India was established on 25th January 1950. That means a day before 26th January 1950. It was a momentous milestone for Indian democracy. Lest you forget this date and its importance, ECI celebrates 25th January every year as the National Voters' Day. Voter is the backbone of democracy, and that is why ECI has dedicated its foundation day to the voter. As you know, the magnitude and still there are about 30 crore electors who, for variety of reasons, did not cast their vote in the parliamentary election in 2019. The different reasons of their non-participation are like the urban apathy, youth apathy and domestic migrants. Last year, the Representation of the People Act 1950 was amended. Voters, because they hold the key to the future of our democracy. Young people have a lot to offer to the society in the form of energy, innovation, creativity and fresh perspectives. Every electoral participation promotes active citizenship and social responsibility. Today I wish to emphasize that the youth should never shy away from voting. Your electoral apathy is neither in your own interest nor in the interest of the nation. Being a young nation, your stake in the democracy is the highest. So don't underestimate the importance or the power of your vote. This is my appeal to youth. Dear youth, voting is a unique experience. Actually, there is nothing else like voting. Everyone must experience the joy of voting. Therefore, the theme for this year's NBD is nothing like voting, I vote for sure. I want you all to own up this theme, believe in it, share it amongst your friends and display it wherever possible. But the most important thing is that you must actually experience the joy of voting in the next election. We are launching the मैं भारत हूँ, हम भारत के मतदाता हैं song for you. The link of this will be available on our website and social media channels of ECI after 1 PM on 25th January. I am sure you will like it. The Election Commission of India is committed to cleaning up of the election space by curbing misuse of money and muscle power. We are pursuing electoral reforms, strictly enforcing the law and equipping voters with the information furnished by the candidates in their affidavit.
Though it is Parliament's mandate to enact laws, the changes proposed to the selection panel can be easily interpreted as the government's attempt to pick a more playable election commission. It will not only have far-reaching implications but also generate short-term political heat in the run-up to 2024 elections. The government should treat continuously as any move considered out of step will certainly draw uproar with the people questioning the timing and the intent of the move, especially with elections due in few months.
भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में, मैं भारत हूँ, भारत है मुझ में, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझ में। हम भारत को नतमस्तक है, हम योद्धा के दो हस्तक है, हम भारत भाग्य विधाता है, हम भारत के मतदाता है। मतदान मतदान देने जाएंगे भारत के लिए, भारत के लिए।
আমি ভারতবর্ষ ভারত আমাতে, আমি শক্তি ধরি शक्ती আমাতে। मी भारत आहे, भारत माझ्यात आहे, मी ताकद आहे, ताकद माझ्यात आहे. मतदान मतदान करण्या जाऊ चला, भारतासाठी भारतासाठी. सत्यम भारत शिवम भारत,
भक्ति भारत शक्ति भारत,
रौनक बहारा गुलिस्तान भारत,
हर जन का कल्याण भारत.
मतदान मतदान देने जाएंगे, भारत के लिए भारत के लिए.
भारत छू भारत जे मुझमा, हूँ ताकत छू ताकत जे मुझमा.
मैं भारत हाँ, भारत मेरे अंदर, मैं ताकत हाँ, ताकत मेरे अंदर.
நான் பாரதம் பாரதம் என்னுள்ளே, நான் சக்தியே சக்தி என்னுள்ளே.
నేను భారతుడు, దేశం ఉంది నాలో, నేను బలవంతుణ్ణి, బలముంది నాలో.
ನಾ ಭಾರತ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಭಾರತ, ನಾನು ಶಕ್ತಿ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಡಗಿದೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ.
ഞാൻ ഭാരതം ഭാരതമെന്നുള്ളിൽ, ഞാൻ ശക്തിയാണ്, ശക്തിയുണ്ടെന്നുള്ളിൽ.
भारत है मुझमें, मैं ताकत हूँ, ताकत है मुझमें. ओ मतदान मतदान देने जाएंगे, भारत के लिए भारत के लिए.
Well, that was our today's big story. For more news and updates, keep watching CVR English.